Welcome, everyone, to the West Virginia Media Lab podcast. We love exploring, the really unique spots across our state.
Mm.
And today, we've got a particularly interesting one, Pomona Salt Cave and Spa. It's over near White Sulphur Springs.
Oh, right. That one caught my eye, too. It sounds fascinating. This man-made Himalayan salt cave, plus a whole spa setup, all tucked away in the mountains.
Exactly. It's at 6705 Pocahontas Trail. And it has that perfect mix, doesn't it? Feels really peaceful, kind of hidden on a hillside, but it's actually pretty easy to get to.
Yeah, near White Sulphur Springs town. And the Greenbrier isn't far either, I gather.
That's right. Super convenient. And their hours seem decent, too. Usually Thursday through Tuesday, like 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Right, and open a bit later till 6 p.m. on weekends, I think.
Yeah, and the cafe there, the Spa Garden Cafe, follows a similar schedule, so you could really make a day of it.
Definitely. And the cave itself, I mean, the amount of salt they used is kind of staggering.
Isn't it? What was it, like 18,000 pounds?
Yeah, over 18,000 pounds of Himalayan salt. That's
Oh.
serious commitment to creating that specific environment.
It really is. And they talk about the negative ions it emits.
Mm-hmm. That's a big part of the concept. The idea is that these ions might help with, stress reduction, maybe make breathing feel a bit easier. The science is still developing there, but it's an interesting angle.
Absolutely. But it's not just the cave, is it? It's a full-on spa, too.
Oh, totally. They offer a whole range of massages. You've got your Swedish deep tissue, hot stone, even couples massages.
Right, and facials, body treatments, the detoxifying nail care, the works. And the feedback seems pretty positive on the therapist's skills, which is always, crucial.
Definitely key. What I find interesting is how they've built on the basic halotherapy idea. So you have the standard 45-minute session in the cave.
Right, kicking back in those zero-gravity chairs, just breathing it all in.
Exactly. But then they add things like cave yoga. Fridays at 5 p.m., I think. A mix of Kundalini and Vinyasa, but in the salt cave.
Wow, that sounds like a unique combination.
It does. And they also have something called salt and sound therapy. That's a private session combining the halotherapy with sound healing gongs, singing bowls, that sort of thing.
Oh, that sounds incredibly relaxing, like next-level relaxation.
And they even offer wellness consultations.
With Dr. Marius Grepu, right, the naturopathic doctor.
That's the one. And it sounds quite thorough, not just a quick chat, but a proper lifestyle review, a personalized plan, even nutrients to take home. It shows a real holistic focus.
Yeah, it really does. Oh, and they do ionic foot detoxes, too. Another interesting option on the menu.
So they're clearly thinking about wellness from lots of different angles.
Yeah.
Which you also see in their spa packages.
Oh, yeah, the packages looked great. Lots of variety. There was like a Sweethearts package.
Right, for couples. And things like Mountain Memories, Blue Ridge Bliss. Sounds very atmospheric.
Definitely. And the Caveman package, specifically for men. Peace Within, which sounds maybe good for prenatal, and a Hawaiian body ritual, exotic.
And the Ultimate Feet Retreat, focusing just on feet, plus a big one called the Cave Escape, which sounds like a full-day immersion.
Yeah, that one included a bunch of services, food, the cave session, and like a take-home gift.
And a lot of these packages bundle in extras, don't they? Like aromatherapy or CBD oil options, drinks, snacks, and always the halotherapy session.
Makes sense. And they do have deposit and cancellation policies, which is pretty standard for these kinds of detailed packages. You need 24 hours for regular services, 72 for the bigger packages or groups.
Good to know. The actual facilities sound well thought out, too. Not just treatment rooms, but a salt cave lounge.
Ooh, yeah, that must be a calming space.
I'd think so. And I saw something about a cascade room, specifically for foot soaks with salts and herbs.
Oh, nice, like a dedicated ritual space for that.
Exactly. And having the Spa Garden Cafe right there with healthy food and patio seating just adds to that whole slow down, relax vibe.
Totally. Encourages you to linger. And they have gift shops too, right? 2 of them.
Yeah, selling Himalayan salt lamps, skincare, local herbs, wellness books.
Yeah.
You can take a piece of the experience home.
Handy. And they provide the practical stuff too. Lockers, robes, showers. I like that they encourage a digital detox.
Oh, that's a great touch. We all need that sometimes.
We really do.
And for people who want to really immerse themselves or maybe stay longer, there's the Salt Lodge.
Right, I saw that. 2 private suites.
Yeah, each with 2 bedrooms, bathroom, kitchenette, living area. Pretty nice setup.
And guests there get perks, don't they? Like a free halotherapy session.
Complimentary halotherapy and 10% off other spa services. Plus, the suites themselves are salt-themed, apparently, to kind of continue the vibe.
They really seem to have thought of everything to make it a whole wellness destination.
It certainly seems that way, and the people running it, the founders, Marius and Adriana, They seem very hands-on.
Yeah, Dr. Greco doing the naturopathic consults, and Adriana is a massage therapist herself, right?
Correct. So they bring direct experience. And the team gets good mentions too. Raven, the spa director, and Megan, the director of aesthetics, seem highly regarded.
It sounds like a knowledgeable team. Sound healers, estheticians, even the cafe manager. And they seem mindful of individual needs, prenatal options, allergies.
Yeah, that level of care is important. And being part of the Salt Therapy Association adds a layer of professional commitment.
Which brings us right back to the core of it, halotherapy. It's fascinating how far back this idea goes.
It really is. You find references from ancient Greece and Rome, people noticing benefits from natural salt caves way back then.
And then it became more formalized in Eastern Europe. What was it called?
Right.
Speleotherapy.
Speleotherapy, yeah, that was around the 12th century, using natural caves therapeutically.
But the modern interest, that really kicked off later, didn't it? In Poland.
That's right, 19th century. There was this observation that salt miners, well, despite working in dusty mines, they seem to have fewer respiratory problems than others.
Interesting paradox.
Exactly. And research started suggesting the salty air itself was beneficial, which led to people specifically visiting salt mines and caves for health reasons.
And now we have places like Pomona creating these environments. We generally talk about two types of salt rooms now, right? Active and passive.
Active rooms use a machine, a halogenerator. It grinds up salt, usually pharmaceutical grade, into tiny, tiny particles and blows them into the room.
Okay, like a fine mist of salt.
Pretty much. Passive rooms, like Pomona's cave, are built with salt, tons of it, like those Himalayan blocks. The idea is the salt itself creates the therapeutic atmosphere.
So the concentration of airborne salt might be lower in a passive room.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
But they're still highly valued, often more for deep relaxation alongside any potential salt benefits.
Gotcha. And there's dry versus wet salt therapy too.
Yeah, dry is what you typically get in these salt rooms, inhaling the dry particles, letting them settle on your skin. Wet salt therapy is more like salt baths, gargling with salt water, nasal rinses, that kind of thing.
Okay. So what are the claimed benefits of this dry halotherapy, the kind you get in the cave?
Well, the main ones focus on the respiratory system. It's thought to be mucoactive, helps loosen mucus.
Helps you clear things out.
Exactly. Also potentially antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, maybe boosts immunity and helps with allergies.
Which is why people with asthma, bronchitis, COPD, allergies, even just colds or sinus issues might try it.
Precisely. Those are the conditions it's most often associated with.
But it's not just breathing, is it? They mention skin benefits too.
Right. The idea is those microparticles land on the skin too and might help with things like cell repair, maybe even have anti-aging effects or help fight skin infections.
So people with eczema, psoriasis, acne might find it helpful?
That's the thinking, yes. It's suggested that really breathing deeply during a session helps maximize getting those particles into your system.
It makes sense. And beyond the sort of physical claims, there's a big mental aspect too, isn't there? People just report feeling incredibly relaxed.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That comes up again and again in accounts. The whole environment, the comfy chairs, the soft, warm light from the salt blocks, maybe calming music, it all adds up to a very tranquil experience.
Helps you disconnect, unwind, maybe even shifts your brain waves into a more relaxed state like alpha or theta.
Yeah, that potential for deep mental and emotional rest is a huge draw. In our crazy busy lives, finding a space designed purely for calm can be really therapeutic in itself.
Definitely. Now, are there any, downsides or things people should be aware of?
Well, it's generally considered very safe, but some people might notice a bit of temporary coughing or maybe more mucus at first as things get loosened up.
Okay, like it's working.
Kind of. Rarely. Some people might get mild skin irritation or maybe itchy eyes like conjunctivitis, but that seems uncommon.
And are there conditions where it's maybe not recommended?
Yes, definitely. People with certain conditions should probably avoid it, or at least check with their doctor first. Things like hyperthyroidism, uncontrolled high blood pressure, active TB, severe heart issues, respiratory failure.
Okay, serious underlying conditions.
Right. Also, certain blood disorders. Any active infectious disease, if you have a fever, open wounds, malignancies, or even severe claustrophobia, sitting in a cave-like room might not be ideal.
That makes sense. So the bottom line is, like with any wellness therapy,
talk to your doctor, especially if you have existing health concerns. Just make sure it's a good fit for you personally.
Sound advice. So if folks are listening and thinking, okay, I want to check this Pomona place out, how do they go about it?
Booking seems straightforward online or phone. they'll need a credit card to hold the spot.
And remember those cancellation windows, 24 hours for regular services, 72 for packages groups.
Good reminder. And they suggest arriving early, right? Like 30 to 60 minutes before your time.
Yeah, it gives you time to check in, change, relax a bit beforehand, not rush straight into it.
Makes the whole experience better.
Yeah.
Oh, and they offer gift certificates and have a loyalty program too.
Nice. Always good options.
So all in all, it really does sound like Pomona Salt Cave and Spa is offering something pretty special. It goes way beyond just a standard spa day.
I agree. It's this combination of potential wellness benefits from the salt therapy itself, plus all the pampering and relaxation of the spa services, all in this unique West Virginia setting.
Whether you're drawn by the history and the potential health aspects of halotherapy, or you're just desperately seeking some deep relaxation.
Yeah, or maybe both. It seems like a really compelling place to explore.
It really does. It's great to see this kind of dedicated wellness center blending ancient ideas with modern comfort right here in our state. Hopefully this chat gives people a good sense of what it's about.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us today on the West Virginia Media Lab podcast. We hope you found this look into Pomona Salt Cave and Spa and the world of halotherapy interesting.
It was a pleasure. Always fascinating to explore these unique wellness approaches.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. The West Virginia Media Lab is all about celebrating our state and its people, businesses, stories, news, and folklore. If you love West Virginia like we do, be sure to comment below, then subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay connected. Until next time, stay wild, wonderful, West Virginia.